My words to him was, how can you explain this shit, homie? How can you explain this shit? So I never came out until 2018, until I got black and white. See, I never knew this role. I never knew this role until 2018, to the Franks hearing.
The lie detector determined that Cuffy was telling a lie. The Franks hearing transcript was available in 2016.
And tell us what happened in Frank's hearing that really alerted you that Big Meech had a hand in this. What happened?
Well, CS1, Tammy Collins testified that she became a government informant to give the Meech's Slinger a time cut. And we said, whoa.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Whoa. You serious? So then she further testified that he was aware of the deal.
Question. Was there any time, ma'am, during this period of time that Mr. Flenory asked you to negotiate something specifically between Fidel Suarez and Mr. Gatling?
No.
Welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back. Beloved, this is indeed your brother Big VJ checking in. Today's conversation, we're going to talk about the good brother Cuffy. How many of us seen Cuffy? Because he's still on his press run. Like, he's been on his press tour for like 5 or 6 years now, talking about Demetrius Flannery, right? AKA Big Meech. Big Meech snitched on him, and Tammy is an informant and all this and all that. And he's still working hard out here in these YouTube streets and these blogger streets and these podcaster streets. He's out here, he's working hard, right? I think dude just lying at this point. Like, he's doing way too many interviews, and what happened is that, this is a very interesting case, man, because it got a lot of drama in it. It has a lot of betrayal in it. It has sex, adultery. It has like prison stories involved in it. Between now, Cuffy and Tammy and Big Meech, I think that this is $100 million in the making. Hey, look, I'm listening to Cuff. He's running heavy on 2 podcasts, like real heavy. He's on Dogface platform and he's on Sean G platform, right? I'm gonna tell you what dude said, because dude is talking so much. I'm like, Holmes is bugging. He just pretty much saying anything at this point. How many of us caught when he was on Dogface platform that he said it was him that told Tammy to go get Meech's life rights, and then if she get the life rights, they're gonna go and do a deal with MC Hammer brother, blase blase. How many of us heard that? Because we never heard that before. Homie said he told Tammy to go get the life rights. Because up until this point, we thought, because from Blue's like, Tammy is writing everybody in jail. Writing everybody from the squad, she writing J-Bo and she writing Meech, and, she just become tight with Meech, and she handled Meech's fan club and all of this, all of that. And then Meech turn around and give her the power of attorney and life rights, and boom, that's just how. But Cuff says something very, very different. He said, no, he knew that Tammy and Meech was in pocket, right? So he told Tammy to get the life rights, and if she get the life rights, when she get them, he'll get a movie deal. Because I think personally, that's what Cuff is bitching about so much. He wants a movie deal. He wants a series. So he's doing a press tour. He's going around he's connecting his life story to Big Meech's. And if you're not careful, you will buy into the bullshit he's selling, because he's selling you a story that he was a target. Like, he was, look, he was Big Meech's target to roll on to get out of jail. When anybody with a half a brain knows that doesn't make any sense. Nobody in the Department of Justice is going to give that deal. Nobody's that stupid to believe that. There's a few niggas on the internet that believe it, but nobody downtown, them crackers, is not going for that. Because Meech was a kingpin, right? It's all about mathematics. Meech was a kingpin when he was on the street. So when Meech went down, when BMF went down, they said that Meech and Terry together had a $700 million empire. Meech half of the empire was $350 million, they say. Okay, not only that, they said bro had over 13 properties that was worth $2 million. Then he had so many other properties in the country that was worth $1 million. He had 30 luxury and exotic cars that they all had to confiscate. Between that and jewelry and all this and all that. Now, here's the real kicker now. When BMF went down, it was like 270 people got roped up. And then this is what the crackers say. This is what the DEA say. They say that collectively, Meech and Terry, their organization had 25,000 associates. That means somebody that did business with them at one point in time, either they did or they stopped. 25,000 associates. That's bigger than some of these small ass cities. Some small ass cities ain't got 25,000 people in it. Okay, so you want us to believe, and this is Cuff, but this is where I'm at with it. This nigga want us to believe that a kingpin, one to the likes that America have never seen anybody like this character from Detroit, from Southwest Detroit. He wants us to believe that Demetrius Flannery can use him, right? Dionne Gatling to get a time cut by turning him in? Why? He's a nobody. The internet is hyping Cuffy up like he was a kingpin. No, my nigga, I read the indictment. I seen what you got caught with. You wasn't a kingpin. You got caught with 6 bricks. 5 bricks of soft, 1 brick of boy. It was a nigga online lying, saying that Cuff got caught with 200 bricks. 200 bricks? No, nigga, we got the paperwork. We went to the Eastern District of Missouri. We pulled up what Cuff got caught with. 6 kilos. 6, beloved, 6. I want you to. I wish because some of these niggas that's doing some dick riding, and dick riding that's not a form of transportation, beloved. Y'all need to cut it off. But dig, I want niggas to sit back and hold 6 fingers up and say a 47-year-old man from St. Louis, they calling this nigga the kingpin. He got caught with 6 kilos, and it was 4 niggas, including him. It's 4 niggas on that case. No, bro, they're not gonna do ain't no Department of Justice gonna do no deal for you to get out, nigga. You think we slow? Just because you get on niggas' podcasts and the story is sensational and all that, and you sensationalizing it, they're like, nah, man, we ain't. I'm looking at the numbers. No, mathematically, that doesn't even make any sense. No, not you, bro. Dionne, Andre Rush, Timothy Rush, Lorenzo Gibbs. Hey, the paperwork say y'all niggas had 6 kilos total. They don't let kingpins out for niggas like you. You got to get 100 more niggas like you to get dog out. You ain't big enough for dog. You acting like you on dog level. You not on dog level. You got these niggas on the net. They tripping. Listen, beloved. I seen. Look, Cuff goes on Dogface platform, and I seen some I ain't seen him. I'm just saying that I'm hearing like some weird shit. Like Dogface is like, man, I respect you. It's an honor to have you on my platform and all this, man, this and that, and you one of the realest. I'm like, what? He was a street nigga. How can we call a street nigga the realest, this, that, and the third, when we all know, beloved, that the definition, beloved, of a street nigga is that is a person that have no love in his heart for his people, and he's willing to sell his people out for gain. Whether that gain is just a physical gain, right? Whether it's an emotional or spiritual gain, whether that gain is financial, whether that gain is all 3. A street nigga is willing to sell you out for gain. So no, I can't put no nigga like that on my platform. Like, hey man, I don't respect no street nigga. I don't think Meech is above snitching. Meech is a street nigga, meaning he's willing to sell his people out for the right price. I'm just saying that deal doesn't mathematically work. The Department of Justice, they're not gonna work no deal out for you to get him his time cut for you to get out. No, nigga. They need 2 things. They need a seller that's on a high level and a buyer. The problem is, Cuff wasn't the buyer. He didn't have nothing to buy nothing with. This is why, listen, you go to the Franks hearing. You look at the witness, you look at Tammy as she's on that witness stand and she's talking it out, but you're reading the paperwork. It's like 270 pages. Shorty said that Fidel Suarez, she put them together. She said the first time, dude shorted Fidel with the money. Now this is Cuff. This nigga 47 years old. He's in the game. He shorted Fidel with the money the first time around. Okay, boom. Then she says it was a second transaction where he just ran off with the he ran off totally with the bread. So I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute, beloved. This is key. Because when you hear this nigga, when you hear Cuff, when he's giving his synopsis of the character of what kind of man Fidel Suarez is, he's like, oh man, he's a good man, you know. Meech met him, he beat the case, he beat the feds in 05, and we can't find no paperwork on Fidel Suarez. We don't know nothing about the dude. He's like a ghost. I'm from the city, you know what I'm saying? And we don't, nobody, if you got a partner that work at the 36th district, they can't call and pull a dude up. Nobody heard of this guy. Different story, different day. Cuff speaks so highly of Suarez. Okay, but damn, you like in your mind, you saying, but damn, nigga, I read the Franks hearing on the witness Joan, and Shorty said you ran off. Well, you ran off with the work twice. You showed him the first time, you ran off the second time. So like, bro, why do you like, what are you like? What is your real reputation? You know what your reputation is? I think Keith Cromer, right? Keith Sweat, Keith. He said it best. He said, when your name came up around Tammy said, Keith Cromer say, that's that broke motherfucker put 3 bodies in the trunk. Stop. Just let that marinate. That's your name. That's your reputation. That's what an Atlanta DEA said. And man, that broke motherfucker put 3 bodies in the trunk. But you're the dope boy. Online, they got you like you the kingpin. And this nigga was, no, bro. That's cap. They not gonna let no nigga like Meech out behind you. You not big enough, bro.
Stop the cap.
Whose world? You're selling a fantasy world like you was just getting money all these years, and you were asking Tammy for a plug. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. That dude is doing this is kind of trippy because he's making himself like he was Tammy and Meech's target, right? He's the target. They was targeting a brown nigga, the brown seed first, and then they couldn't pop the brown seed, so they turned their attention to you. But when you read the paperwork, it's not set up that way. But we cool with that. We cool because, see, Noble Drew Ali, pardon me, Noble Drew Ali, peace be upon him. He already, he had a saying, and it was like he would say that the truth and falsehood is strangely mixed. The reason why Cuff can go viral, he's taking the truth, he's mixing it with falsehood, and he's selling it. But when you read the shit yourself, the paperwork yourself, you see why Meech never got poked up in prison, because the story that he's telling is not the same one on the pages. And I'm going to give you an example. See, she said that when she talked to agent Keith Sweat Cromer, because Keith Sweat, he was, you know, they said Keith Sweat had shorty in 3 months, he had them ankles behind her head, you know what I'm saying? And if you read that paperwork, it's like, man, a lot of niggas had them ankles behind her head. You see, Blue said he had, you know, Tammy's ankles behind her head. I'm willing to bet Cuff, come on out, my nigga, come on out, you know, and just keep it all the way 100. I'm thinking you might have had them ankles behind the head too, because see, you know, you went on down to Atlanta and you taking shorty all out to dinner and y'all talking and looking dreamy eyed, and we thought, you know, when Blue made the statement that he was throwing you the keys to the Bentley, you know, we thought you was riding around Atlanta with shorty and then y'all just kicking it. But then according to you talking so much, goddamn, you letting more shit out than you should let out. No, you said you was running around in LA with the shorty. Now we didn't know. I'm like, damn, nigga, I'm okay, like tell us what's really going on. Like, what's up, bro? Maybe all that is a different story for a different day. We know that Tammy had a husband, so we know, you know, he had them ankles behind her head. she was romantically connected to Terry White, so we know that, you know, he had them angles behind her head. So it kind of looked like Shorty a player. It really looked like she's been a lifelong informant. It don't look like, nah, I'm not buying the Terry White story. Like, oh, she just jumped on with, no. I might get to that later, but I'm just saying all that to say this. You were already described as you didn't have no bread, bro. You were popped already. Now the stories is not adding up. You were popped. You was 47 years old. You was tapping in with Tammy, and you was asking Tammy, did she know anybody that could front you some shit? What, nigga? But you get online, that's the paperwork. But you get online and say that you make it look like they were running you down to jam you up. They were running Fidel down to jam him up. Nah. Only thing that paperwork show is that brown niggas and black niggas is the easiest to get jammed up because they volunteer their illegal services. Fidel reached out the blue and asked Tammy about some pills. This bitch ain't saying nothing about nothing. Dude brought it up. Fidel hit you up like, yo, give dude my number. Buddy said, give dude my number. Now she put y'all two together. Now it's like all the advances of illegal activity is coming from y'all to her. She's not out there trying to broker a deal. Y'all bringing the shit to her. It just so happened she fucking Key Sweat Cromer out of Atlanta, and he's just overhearing y'all niggas calling her, and he just taking advantage of the situation. That's what really happened in the paperwork. Bro, we can read. What is Dogface them? What are you on the dude platform? What are you doing, bro? We heard you on Sean G too, beloved. We heard you on Sean G. It sounded like Sean was asking a couple of questions, you hung up. It doesn't sound like that line dropped and it was disconnected. It sounds like, but dig though, I gotta give Cuff these props though. He's doing amazing work. He's able to tap in, you know, and touch bases with YouTubers and bloggers and shit like that niggas in the free world can't even do. He already on a, just because he connected himself to Big Meech, he can tap in and call the Shine G now. He can tap in and call the Dogface now. Now they say Dog on the phone with 50. And the whole time I'm saying, man, this nigga doing all this to get a series. Dog want a series, he want a TV show, he wants something, and he understands that his popularity goes up when he connects himself to Meech. Nobody keeping it gangster but Meech. The supposed rat. Nobody keeping it gangster but him. Everybody got something to say. Tammy ain't even saying shit. Damn, I mean, Shorty just kicked back in the cut. She ain't even saying nothing. Everybody has something to say. And I'm a betting man, beloved. I'm a betting man. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that nigga doing that whole 26 years in prison. Home finna come home. I don't see it. He bitching too much. 5 or 6 years this nigga been on the press tour. Man, he's not gonna do them. He's not gonna do that shit, bro. He's finna come home. If he can get somebody, he's not all that. Man, I'm tell you something. That streets is a myth. All you got to know about a man, if a man is a street nigga, and this is very key, what they got going on is so powerful for the youth to see. A street nigga is a person that is willing to sell his people out for his own personal gain. They got no love in their heart for their own people. They have no love in their heart for their own people. It's personal gain, personal gain, personal gain. How could you look up to a nigga that's a street nigga? He's doing it all for personal gain. Whether it's physical, whether it's financial, whether it's just emotional, self-gratification. Motherfucker fuck you over just to feel better. That's a street nigga. And I'm like, nah, cooperating, that's in the realm of a street nigga. He's perfectly okay with selling the motherfucker out quick to come home. Sean G asked Dog, listen, Sean G asked Cuff, he's like, man, all y'all had your own lawyer? He was like, yeah, we had our own lawyer. I was like, damn, y'all niggas was already snitching on each other. All four y'all done had the same lawyer? Y'all had different lawyers? He told Sean, yeah, man, you know, Sean said, man, but how much that cost you? He's like, man, shit about $150K. I'm like, bro, I don't know. 150K? Cuff, I don't even think you had it, my nigga. I seen what you got caught with. You was popped already. You was broke. I seen what you got caught with. You started off with some paid lawyers, and then halfway through, I started seeing, you know, when you do look at that paperwork, you see the lawyers start to change. Cuff, get rid of this lawyer, get this lawyer, get rid of this lawyer, get this lawyer. Then you start to see, oh man, dude got a public defender. Then you see that dude go, it's another public defender. You're like, oh man, he's popped. 150K? Then he told, listen, he telling Sean, he like, he got caught with something like it was guns or something. We're like, wait a minute, because the indictment charges, we looking at them, it's like, okay, the St. Louis DEA indictment charges got you 4 niggas for a 2010 murder of Theodis Howard, then a 2013 murder of Terrence Morgan, and then 5 kilos assault in a brick of boy, and of course they're gonna throw in attempted distributors and all that. So how did you just walk out the motherfucker with some guns, with some gun case, and well, who took the bodies then? Cause the bodies was there. If you took the guns, who took the bodies? And then after we find out who took the bodies, well, we got to find out who took the drugs, because there was 6 keys there. But you know what we don't know? Man, y'all nigga shit is sealed. We can hardly even find out. We know Andre got some time. You and Andre, Dionne and Andre got some time. I'm thinking Timothy got 15 years. But Lorenzo shit is like sealed. It's hard to see what Lorenzo at, what happened. You can't see. If I wanted to keep it all the way 100, you really can't see Andre Rush shit either. That shit like sealed. And a lot of Cuff shit is sealed. Like we don't know who said what. But what we do know is that 6 kilos is what y'all got caught with total. My niggas, please stop the cap. They not gonna let no kingpin out for a nigga that got caught. It's not gonna happen in nobody's world, bro. You working hard to get you a series, my nigga. I get it. They putting you, and I'm hoping these dudes are paying you to put you on these podcasts. I'm hoping they're paying you. Cause I can't see no other reason why you'll be on there just saying like the story is not matching up. Dogface tried to go over timeline with dude, right? Dogface got him on the platform. He trying to go over timeline, and every time someone try to go over a timeline, Cuff cut him off. Because what he do, he call in from jail and he takes over the interview. You don't have a lot of questions to ask him. He's just going to say, Meech and Tammy's working against him. Meech and Tammy's working against him. But when you read the paperwork, it doesn't say that. It say Tammy fell back off you, bro. This is how the paperwork is set up. It says this. We all know that Meech go to jail in 2005. The first time I see Cuffy Dionne Gatling name in any paperwork it's a guy named Gregory Griggs and Brian Collins in St. Louis, and they get busted. This is the first time I see Dionne Gatling name on some paperwork.
One cooperating source advised that between November of 2003 and February of 2005, that source alone purchased approximately 1,200 kilograms of cocaine from Dionne Gatling at an estimate cost of $24 million.
Because I just want to go over the timeline. The first time we see, I want to say, Tammy got the life rights, it had to be like 08, 09. Ironically, this is the same time frame that Cuff said he started fucking with her, 08, 09. And then, ironically, this is around the same time that Cuff on Dogface platform said it was he that told Tammy to get the life rights from dude, and if she can get that, he can get a movie deal. It was he that said that. He put that out in the world. Nobody put that out, but he put that out there. Okay. So now we got 2012. 2012 is the first year we see illegal activity, and that's when you see Fidel come in the picture, and then you see Cuffers in the picture, and then you see, we counted still, this is 7 years removed. Meech is already 7 years removed by this time. Okay. This is middle of July 2012. This is what Fidel is talking about, the truck he got in St. Louis, right? Okay. It doesn't work out. Then they try to meet again. Cuff runs off on the plug. That doesn't work out. So you see Tammy tells Key Sweat Cromer that she doesn't want to deal with Cuff anymore. That's in the paperwork. Cuff doesn't tell anybody that part. He leaves that out. See, but when you can read, you can see it for yourself. She tells Key Sweat Cromer she doesn't want to work with Cuffy anymore. After she says that, Key Sweat Cromer say, listen, I'm cool with that. You ain't got to fuck with dude no more. I put CS2 on him. You good. Okay. After that, after 2012, she has a regular relationship with dude. Dude comes down from St. Louis. He comes to Atlanta. They go out to dinner. All kind of shit. Now, he doesn't get busted into 2014, bro. How the fuck is you still calling out Meech and Tammy? I'm confused, nigga. We all confused now. We all confused. Cuff gets on a platform because he's on Cam Capone, Dogface, Sean G, like a couple more. He gets on the podcast and says, "But I didn't really know the 2018. I didn't know." No, beloved, you did know. You knew at the Franks hearing, Tammy got up there and testified. This is 2016, bro, October. How the fuck you didn't know to 2018?
United States produced OPR and OIG documents on a rolling basis to defense counsel between February 2016 and the early part of May 2016. DEA Atlanta Special Agent James Davidson, Agent Davidson, testified about threats directed to CS1 in the spring of 2015 after electronically filed court documents in this case became publicly available.
She says, listen, she says the feds approached her after the Terry White situation. Jack handed her over to Keith Sweat. Keith Sweat, this is the fucking very next day. Now, that blows up Cuff's story about Meech and Tammy worked together in a room to get you jammed up. How, bro? It was the next day. When she met with Keith, she was like, well, shit. He started telling her what she gonna do. Hey, you gonna get Mexicans jammed up, the brown seed, and we gonna have you dropping off drugs, picking up drugs, dropping off money, picking up money. We're gonna have you making phone calls. And then she says, you know, if I get something big, he cut off like, nah, you're gonna make a lot of money. She's like, fuck all that paper. If I get something big, can I get Demetrius Flannery a time cut? He's like, well, we'll see what we can do. Okay. The key word there, beloved, is if I get something big. Cuff, you're not nothing big. It's also in that very same Frank's hearing where Shorty even said, when you got arrested, nigga, she didn't even know. She's like, yeah, eventually I found out. She's like, eventually she found out that you got arrested in 2014. She's like, oh, okay. She didn't think nothing of it. Now, how can she not think nothing of it, but you're telling the public Meech and Tammy is working together to get you jammed up to get him out? How, nigga? She didn't even know when you got arrested. How? She didn't even know. She just kind of, she found out later you got jammed up. She didn't know. But you know when everybody found out? On Pacer. Shorty say herself, when she was reading on Pacer, and she seen her name up, and she's like, wait a minute, they had a name up, they had a job up, they had all kind of information. That's when she figured out that you would know that she was doing what she was doing with you, and she ran down, this is in the paperwork, to go holler at Big Meech to deflect. The paperwork said deflect, my nigga. If somebody is deflecting, what the fuck you think they're doing? If they running the play together, the work wouldn't have said she going down to Louisiana to see Big Meech to deflect. She would have went down there and said, goddamn, Meech, they called us. You know, they called us, my nigga. We say, hey, we're trying to get you out. But, you know, it ain't working like that. They figured out it was us. No, she went down there to deflect. And dude blew off like, nah, man, hey, look, don't put me in none of that shit. I ain't got nothing to do with whatever the fuck you doing out here in the world. You got the life rights to move and make money. You make some money off of it. We both make money off of it. But I ain't got nothing to do with whatever else you got going on. That's on you. That's all in the work. Cuff is trying to sell us that he was a target from the jump. Oh, they was going to get the brown seed, then they changed and got me. No, nigga, you not nobody to get. They're not going to let no kingpin out behind you, bro. I don't care how many of these silly niggas put you on their podcast, how many of you tell these niggas a story. It's not going to work. And I'm going to tell you the real reason why shit ain't going to never really work. The way that the 85% work in their entertainment cycle is this. When you start watching the 85%, This is how they do in their entertainment world. They love you, then they hate you, and then they love you again. This is how the 85% work. We watch them. This is the deaf, dumb, and blind, right? You know, it was some years back. They had a hit record out. They love Meech. Man, they love Big Meech. This nigga's a street nigga. This nigga done sold all kind of poison and put it on the neighborhood and blocks and fucked up niggas' mamas and dad and had them on that shit. But look, they love him. But now he's in that 85% cycle. So they hate him. But you know what's finna happen? By the summer, I'm predicting this. By the summer, that shit gonna turn all the way back around. And you know what? They're gonna love him again. Because your lies is gonna catch up with you. It's gonna turn, I wanna say, within the next 60 days. The public that's rolling with you, Cuff, they're gonna turn on you, bro. They're gonna say, nah, that shit ain't making no sense, my nigga. That shit is not making any sense. You're making yourself the target, but you don't have the goods to be the target. Check this out. You know, 50 Cent, he got a documentary supposed to come out with Tammy, right? What do you think that documentary is going to say? That Meech is a rat? Can't be. Not with Tammy, because Tammy testified under oath that Demetrius Flannery had nothing to do with it. So what the documentary really going to be about? What is it going to really be about if Shorty already testified? I want you niggas to think. If Shorty already testified under oath that Demetrius Flannery had nothing to do with it, you think she's going to turn back around and say something different? They'll pop Shorty, she can go to prison for that. She's not going to risk that for that. See, Tammy got a track record of playing niggas. Niggas ain't playing her. She got a track record of playing niggas. That's her track record. And you know what I'm sitting back and watching? I say, boy, this life is an interesting place. I say, you know, energy, because it's all about an opportunity, right? But opportunity is based on energy. And sometimes in this world, boy, that karma thing get real tricky. And from where I'm sitting, it looked like everybody that got next to Tammy, she burned them niggas. It looked like everybody got burnt by Tammy. It just looked like that to me. You know what I mean? Now she's next to 50. Boy, when she burned that nigga the world, boy, I'm talking about popping popcorn and goddamn. It's coming, nigga. It's coming. Maya Angelou said, when somebody show you who they are, you believe them. She's a rat. And this is how I look at 50. Nigga, you had that shorty around your production studio and y'all on the red carpet together, and I'm like, man, I don't know. They say 50 got a deep security team, and man, if them niggas around there smoking weed and doing illegal shit and all that, she been right there watching, bro. She been watching the whole time. She been watching and writing this shit down at the same time. Look, 50 released a little tidbit, like a little snapshot of Tammy talking, and I was thinking to myself, if you got Tammy on camera, you know what I'm saying? Please believe, nigga, she got you on camera more than you got her on camera.
Got him! Got him!
But that bitch is treacherous. I'm for certain she got you on camera more than you got her on camera, bro. I wouldn't even be surprised if she come out with an SA suit or she said you did. I would not be surprised, man, because it looked like, listen. Let me say it this way. You know, I really think that niggas got to be real silly to believe the shit that Cuff's saying, because the stories is not his oral stories is not jiving up with the paperwork. He's skipping it all around and he's doing it on purpose. But he'll see that. See, these people in social media world, they put things together, they'll figure them out, right? I look at Blue Da Vinci and I'm like, you know, what is it for him to gain, or what is it in it for him to lose? Where's his gain? Because he's running the press tour too, right? There's something interesting about Blue. Blue is the one that brought Tammy around, right? And then Blue says, you know, he always says he was fucking Tammy. He had them ankles behind the head. And sometimes when a man say that, that's a smoke screen. Because I'm thinking, I said, no, I don't believe that.
No, Blue, we don't believe that Tammy Callens became an informant after the Terry White case.
Because two things is why I don't believe that. The first reason is because, see, word on the street from niggas in Atlanta, it was a gangster. It was a dope boy. His name was Charles Black, I believe. Word is that Tammy got him knocked down. Charles Black, Atlanta gangster and dope boy. If I'm not mistaken, he was in the apartment complex. Cause I don't want to be disrespectful and say projects. So I'm gonna just say he was running the show in one of them apartment complexes that he let Jeezy come in. He was the one that gave Jeezy the green light to come in and do one of them joints. I think it was Paradise. I can't remember, but Jeezy came in and shot one of his videos at his apartment complex. That's him. Word is that Tammy got dude knocked down, right? But not only that, check this out. I'm gonna post some paperwork up, and it's when Keith Sweat, right? Keith Cromer, right? You know what I mean? The love making machine. He was being reprimanded for the shit he had going on with Tammy, right? So he had his own like disciplinary hearing. It's like 23 pages long. And if you go down to the very bottom, it says something that's very key. It says that CS1, it doesn't say Tammy, but it says, we already know CS1 is Tammy already, so okay. So I just say allegedly. It says that, you know, that Agent Cromer was giving CS1 some bread. He ain't supposed to be giving it the bread. But when you go all the way down to the bottom, to like the last, it's like the big block paragraph, it says that Tammy was doing, or CS1 was doing outstanding work in Atlanta, and it has another city blacked out. That other city is Miami. Because when you go down to the bottom, it says the Southern District of Florida like declined to like get involved. So that just make you say, well, wait a minute, wait a minute. Because we know she was doing this shit with Cuff. That's St. Louis DEA. But now you say Southern District of Florida. Now it's blocked out. You can't see it's blocked out. So you know each blacked out letter,
That will conclude today's podcast. Make sure you tap into part 2 of That Nigga Cuffy is Lying. Enjoy the rest of your day, and beloved, we will see you back for part 2. Make sure you follow Big VJ on Spotify, Google Podcast, Amazon Podcast, and Apple Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. Be a part of the movement.